Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Jess Claire with Jay Pandya. We are from MVP Ventures and we love to talk about AI and platforms. And today we are going to talk to you about what we know about AI. I said to Jay, he's telling me all about this stuff that he does with AI. And I'm like, we need to show people about some of this stuff. He goes, oh, we can't really show them. Anyway, so we're going to have a discussion about what we know about AI from the focus of not being a consumer, because that's not where the fun is. Those $7 courses and all those things that are out there, it's not actually where the juice is. Because I was like, let's show them how to use AI. But Jay wants to talk about being a producer, being the creator. Do you want to say more about that, Jay?
I think let's say more about that, right? And just we're only talking for 15 to 20 minutes here. Okay. Uh, you said, Jess, earlier about let's talk about what we know about AI. I think I'll need month to do that. Right. So we're not going to talk about everything that we know about AI. I'm just only answering the question of producer versus creator versus consumer of AI, right? You know how there is so much noise on social media, on any sort of media about AI, and people trying to figure out ChatGPT, Bard, and other solutions. Um, and all of that is what I call being a consumer of AI, right? How do I, prompt engineering? What prompt? You get people selling $7 things on Facebook with the with the ChatGPT prompts. People have created products from ChatGPT prompts, right? All of that, and people trying to figure out how do I use ChatGPT. All of that is part of what I say being a consumer of AI. Okay, so Sam Altman created, and the OpenAI created ChatGPT, and now all of us, trying to figure out how best I use ChatGPT in my business. That's a consumption domain. The team at OpenAI lives in a creation domain. Sam Altman became billionaire, and the OpenAI the employees and the shareholders became billionaire by the launch of ChatGPT. They live in a creator domain,
Yeah.
right?
So I just want you to, for those people that will rewatch this, I know, Jay, that makes perfect sense to you, what you just said, and it makes perfect sense to me. But I also know when I've said that to people that they've gone, What do you mean? What do you mean
Well,
creator?" So what this is not for, and I just want to be that, what this video is not for, what this live is not for, is for people that want to know how to create better prompts using ChatGPT. That, from what Jay is telling me, is the absolute booby prize. Valuable at times. I wrote a love letter to someone once, and it was very good. But and look, I'm discrediting it because it does actually give me a lot every day in terms of
phenomenal, right?
things.
It's
Like,
phenomenal.
it is phenomenal in terms of getting templates and emails and that. I'm not actually discounting that. It's very, very valuable, very valuable. But it's not that conversation. I'm sure you get loads of that in your inbox anyway, and that is not what this conversation is. What is this conversation about, Jay? What is a creator versus the consumer?
To draw that distinction, when it's easy to use and continue to build on the example that when you and I and everybody is using ChatGPT and learning prompts and trying to figure it all out, we all are consumers. And that's what I call consumption domain. Okay. Is the opportunity there? Sure, there is. But that's what 99.9% of the people are doing, spending time how to figure out how to use AI. That's where the 99.9% of the market is. But then there is another domain where the 0.01% exists and play in. That's what I call creator domain. What those people are engaged with, they spend their time on, their intellectual energy, their resources on, is creating AI solutions for the masses, for the rest of the 99.9%. It's this 0.1%, 0.01% of the people are engaged with how can I create AI solutions so that other people will use. The solutions that I create will be useful for consumption by others. Those people are what I call are engaged with the creator domain. And so did I spell it out enough to distinguish the two domains? So in that example, the OpenAI team, Sam Altworth, and the team at OpenAI, they are engaged. They're not asking question, how do I use it? They're asking question, how do I create it?
Yeah. Give me an example. What is something that OpenAI use to create right now?
Oh gosh. What OpenAI team talks about is deep learning, neural networks, and the data curation, training the models, the structuring the hardware infrastructure, the processing power, the speed, the accuracy of the models, the complex mathematical algorithms, and comprehension of the model. Those are the conversational domain that creators engage with. They talk about the ethics, the safety of the model responses, the integrity of the model responses. That's what they talk about, right? What the rest of the 99.9% talks about it. What's the right prompt do I give it?
Yeah. So if I'm a business owner right
Yeah.
now and I'm in a service business, which is what we like to focus on here, and I have a lot of cost and a lot of expenses, you're saying what I should be engaged in is mathematical models. What I, so is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Okay.
not saying that. Okay, I'm actually not saying that. What I'm doing is drawing a distinction between what I call a consumption domain and a creator domain. That's all what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then the next piece that I would say, okay? So if is this clear? What I say, there's a consumption domain, 99.9% people, and then there's a creator domain, that's 0.1% or 0.01% of the people.
It definitely is, except the only thing I would say is that you distinguish the created domain as what they're thinking of as an example is very mathematical and technical.
Well, because you asked me the question of what OpenAI is engaged with, right? um,
Well, as a solution, is that what they do? They provide solutions that are in that domain.
They're creating a solution, right? Now, I'm not so now so that's the first thing to get. The next thing to get is where is the opportunity for entrepreneurs and business owners? See, not everyone, see, over next 3 years to 5 years, what I see is phenomenal transformation of business and life that is happening.
Hmm.
Phenomenal, like unfreaking believable. Where everything that we know about our business and life is getting changed. Everyone knows that, everyone talks about it. That's not so that's happening, that's well known. It's right happening under our nose. People are blind to it. Let's just move on from that. Right now, I've said that the important piece is the opportunity for entrepreneurs, the opportunity for visionary business leaders is not in engaging with the question of how do I use it. The opportunity is in what do I create, and the problems I want to solve. How can I leverage AI, and what AI solutions do I create? Can I create? May I engage with? Those entrepreneurs who will engage with those questions of creator domain, will actually dominate and win the world. Versus while the rest of the 99.9% is trying to figure out how do I use it. That's the important point and distinction I want to draw. The kind of companies that is going to emerge are going to be bigger than potentially anything that you have ever imagined. If you see Facebook and WhatsApp and other companies emerged that became a multi-billion dollar organizations after the smartphone introductions from 2007 to 2012. In that era, right, we are again back to where 2007 was.
Mm.
Next 5 years, some cool cats, visionary entrepreneurs. I'm like, I want to be part of that kind of group. And I want to hang out with those kind of people who have a courage, ability to think big, to dream crazy stuff that always have occurred, historically have occurred, impossible. But you know what? We have a courage to dream, and it's the courage, ability, propensity, audacity, sometimes I call it even cockiness, you know uh, to dream that it's possible, and then wherewithal to back themselves, that I'm gonna be the one who is gonna have a seat at the table when my industry, when my domain, whatever I have spent last 10, 15, 20 years doing, what I'm passionate about, when that industry is getting disrupted, when that is getting changed, I want to have a say in how that change goes, the ethics of it, the legality of it, the experience of the customers. I don't want to be the one who is a victim of this change. I want to be the one who is leading, who is leader, who has got the seat at the table in shaping that change. It's those type of entrepreneurs, which is what I call 1% or 0.1%. They are gonna, it's like winner takes it all. Those people will win the game and race of business in next 5 years, next 10 years. We're gonna see not multi-billion, potentially trillion-dollar companies emerge over next 3-5 years. But it's those dreamers who are absolute nutcases, craziness, right? What Apple talks about in their brand, right? It's just audacity to dream. That's where the AI creators will win the game, will dominate the world, and shape the future of their industries. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that was very clear. That is very clear. Now I'd love you
About
to
it.
give some examples of industries that you see as possible. I'm going to post this. So if this is of interest to you, if you have interested in exploring this conversation further, please, please, please put your industry. And if you have some sort of you're like, oh, what could possibly be done here? I'd love you to comment that. If you are on, please comment your industry. Jay can actually talk to that right now. It's a great opportunity for an example. If you would like to come and explore that, you don't even need to know how, but I promise you, you come to this event on the 21st of November in Brisbane. It's called Emerge, the Future of Business. If you come to it, I promise you'll get a knock your socks off transformation in the realm of your business. Listen, and in what's possible in being the creator of you leveraging this technology. But if you are, do comment. If you watch this later, do comment your industry, and Jay will give you some ideas just from your comments. But in the interim, because we only have 5 minutes, Jay, tell me.
So I'll tell what we are working on, right? At Zingify, like I started Zingify. It used to be called Master Dojo, with education. My vision, the dream was, and I dreamed that in 2016, that a personal transformation becomes accessible to anyone and everyone across the planet, right? It's an education domain. This is years of transformational learning experiences through workshops and programs on weekends. I spent my life on it, right, for 28 years. The dream was that personal transformation is so personalized, as if I have what if I can have an AI coach? What if I can, I used to be a coach and a transformational leader leading certain programs. What if I had a AI coach who would literally interact with me, would know me, know my life, know the context in which I'm asking question, my struggle, what I'm grappling with, whether it's my business, whether it's my weight, whether it's my relationships, whether it's my spirituality, whatever, right? I get to have a coach that I can to interact with, but those coaches are available only at certain times. There's a payment to be made. yada, yada, yada. There's a whole lot of friction, language, accessibility, pricing, economics. What if there was an AI coach, AI avatar that can replace my transformational coach? Um, that was the dream. And at Zingify, what we have been working on is literally democratizing education. So we are going to go from learning environment where learning occurs, one thing, one syllabus, one conversation, one set of workshop, one set of class for all sitting in front of you as students, right? To one-to-one personalized coaching, training, learning, and development. So at a biggest possible, highest possible, level, what I'm talking about is education of for one, personalized education for one. Every child, every human being, every adult can actually have an AI coach who educates them in what matters to them in an empowering and enabling manner. And that's what we at Zingified engage with. That has been the dream since 2016-17. And that's what we are doing is transforming education and coaching, training, development, making it so personalized that it can be for each individual.
Yeah.
That's possible through AI. That's what I'm engaged with. That's what you are engaged with. That's what we are working on. There are so many other examples. We can talk childcare, transport, manufacturing, various other accounting, legal, various other industries where you can actually deliver an experience as if the expert professional is sitting in front of you and solving your problem. They're aware of your life, your knowledge, your context, your situation. That transformation is possible, and the
Yeah.
people who can create those type of solutions will win the game.
Creating your immortal digital self.
That's right.
I do like that. We've only got 2 minutes, and there are probably plenty of other examples that you could give people. But just to finalize this, is there anything else that you want to say to end this?
I think there's so much to say, but we're going to end this now. I think so. What's the action? I think people have to make a choice. People are at the point where they have to make a choice, and it's a choice of, I want to be in a creator space. I want to be a creator. I want to engage in a creator domain. If you make that choice, if you're listening and you make the choice that I want to engage with what it takes to create solutions versus consume it, what it takes to be a 1% or 0.1%, then you should come to our event. You should talk to us, engage in a conversation with us. If you make a choice to consume and figure things out, great. There's nothing wrong with that choice. The exponential opportunity do not exist in that choice. Recognize that. You will multiply it in your business. You'll figure it out in 2x, 3x, 5x. Those opportunities exist in a consumption domain. Okay. But 50x, 100x, 1000x kind of opportunities exist in a creation domain. And that's the choice I want to leave people with.
Yeah. And I just want to end on, not only is the event about those opportunities, but the actual pathway to become someone to create that kind of tech product that does go and accomplish that. And that is what this is all about. So I have put a link in every platform that we're currently streaming on that people can come. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. For those that did, we can't see, no one actually said hello, but we do know people lurk in the background. So thanks for tuning in. And if you want to leave us a comment, please do. We're always interested in any questions that you might have. And if you want any further information, I've just clicked on the link there so you can see the event for our event on the 21st November.
Awesome.
Until next week.
Thank you so much, Jess, and thank you everyone for watching. And even after, you might be watching this recording, make comment, ask questions here. We will respond offline. It's not online. We'll respond offline. We can reach out to you. Feel free to send us a DM as well. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.